That's another Venus. Nice. Angel's hiding in room. Angel's really not helping anybody, huh? Let's have a party without Angel. Angel don't deserve a party. Importantly, let's make sure so somebody else is on warden. Otherwise, those prisoners will not be fed. We have to rely on Chiharu again. Not a good sign. Why was that boring? Oh, damn it. Okay, Chiharu's actually doing the job. Love that. I think they're hungry. You know, I don't think they want to be yapped at right now. The heads up. Chiharu's actually feeding. Okay, thank God. Yes, Ninja is in the steel mine at the minute. We approve child labor here in this this colony. Okie dokie. Research is very slow at the minute because I think our researchers died. Other than Chiharu, but Chiharu's busy. There's a bear in the camp, but Sprouty, what's going on, bud? Degenerate's a good shot, right? Yeah, Degenerate, come grab this. And then also, why is Crab having a crisis of belief? Alright, let's do one of those. Do you want a flak jacket? No, we'll just get you a flak vest. And the pants. Nice. Okay, we got 200 human meat left. Too bad there. Oh no, this is bad though. You know what, Stream Elements? I actually don't want you helping me. Don't harvest any of my plants, you're fucking it up. Just go do other shit, please. Loyal Jubilee opportunity. What is this? That's not my fucking ideology. Piss off. Angel, I need you to reassure. Who was it that had a crisis of belief? Oh, no, that's good. No, that's good. Angel's on the up and up. We like to see. I think we might need a hospital. I might need to make a hospital. Oh? Ooh. Ziggy's just posted all the so tomorrow we're doing the session 0 of the new D&D campaign tomorrow with Ziggy, and he's just posted all the campaign info, so I might have a look at that in a minute because we got to come up with a character. Ugh. Quest expires in 24 hours. I don't think I want to do this, man. Sorry. It's the same campaign that we've been doing every Tuesday, but I don't think Chris is joining us this time, but I think Irish is. So I don't think Irish has played D&D before. That'd be fun. I love when new people get to play. So far, some people have mentioned some classes and stuff. What did people say for classes? Hold up. So far, Dill said last night that he might be playing Monk. He originally said Druid, but I think he might be swapping to Monk. QT is gonna play an Artificer, which is cool. And then Sun, I think, is doing Cleric. I'm thinking a Wizard. The Curvy hasn't said anything yet, but I kind of want to play a Wizard. I'll be honest. I'm a Wizard kind of guy, man. I am very much a spellcasting player, but then I realized I've only played Wizard once. Like, I also thought to myself, of course I'm going to play a Wizard, but I've only ever played one Wizard character. Has Kevin confirmed he's joining? I don't know, I'll be honest. I think he said he was down when we were playing on the call, but I can't remember. I'm just gonna put a standing lamp in here for... And then let's get some shelves. Get a bunch of fucking shelves down in here. Nice. We got another party yet? Oh, we do. Okay. Hopefully we can... Wait, hold on. Stream Elements isn't part of our fucking ideology? Are you kidding me? We might have to arrest you, Stream Elements. I like how the music starts playing before anybody's even there. Come on, let's get this mood up, people. Wanderer joins. It wasn't... There's no Wanderer, but we did get a massive mood bonus, which is huge. Plus 16 is crazy. Alright. We're doing a lot better than we were before. There is 2 penis-shaped buildings in the colony. I think that might be, you know... You have, like, these memes, right? You have, like, Cannibal. You have... Oh, hold on. What was it? Human primacy. I think we have penis primacy. I think that's where we're at with this colony. If that was a meme, I'd pick it. It's an accident, but I think we roll with it at this point. Twitch chat does like to post dicks a lot, you know? Things in character. No riots, man. I actually went to check on prisoners, then I was like, no way they're rioting already. Okay, Sprouty's fully healed. Love that for them. Where the fuck are you taking Sprouty? Wait, Sprouty's fully healed so he goes into the fucking mines? Okay. I mean, this is a hospital, I guess. Alright, Sprouty's in the fucking cave now. Sorry, Sprouty. Angel's finally fully healed. Great. Love that. Put those fucking torches away. Put those damn torches away. All right, here we go. This is beautiful. What we like to see. Let's chop all the wood that's in here. Apart from those ones. Grizzly bear just murdered somebody. Honestly, get Chiharu off watering, please. We no longer need you. Angel will carry us to the victim. Okay. Stream elements. Yeah, let's arrest stream elements. Where the fuck are they? Angel, go arrest. We gotta convert stream elements to our ideology. Sorry, bud. Do a quick little... Oop. Lovely. We only want cannibals in this colony. Supreme cannibals. Ninja, what are you wearing? Actually, it's pretty good. Parker, nice. Alright, chat, I need to run to the loo. Let me just save the game real quick. Alright, I'm gonna run to the loo. I'll be back in a sec. And then we're gonna look over Ziggy's D&D stuff. All right, Mac. Okie dokie. Have a look at Ziggy's stuff. Where are we? Okay, let me open these up. Oh my god, there's a lot. There's a lot. He's been world building. He's been cooking. He's been cooking. Oh my goodness. Okay. Okay, let's read there. Let's do some reading. We need some background music for this. Alright, ready? So it's called the Tethering of Litera. World lore. Terra is your typical high fantasy world full of magic and wonder. It orbits one large, bright orange sun and is accompanied by its two faintly blue moons. It is host to countless races and species of all walks of life, both good and bad, depending on one's perspective. Eat a snack while I read this. However, its populace is always very cautious to wade their way into conflict. This wasn't always the case. 500 years ago, Litera was full of wars and battles, being fought on several fronts. Either for conquest or religious zealotry or political differences. This all came to a halt when a primordial cosmic creature visited the planet. The creature made itself known to all sentient creatures that were alive at the time, speaking to them telepathically. Monka W. Its name was never stated, but its purpose was laid out clearly. It had been watching the Terra for a millennium and was ready to cast judgment on its people. They found that violence and war was a plague on the land and all creatures living on it. So with its cosmic power, it then connected and paired all sentient creatures together at random. Oh yeah, Ziggy mentioned this, tying their souls and bodies to one another. This meant that a low-born peasant farmer could be linked with a ruling king, halfway across the world. If either were to die, so would the other, both body and soul. This event has been written in the history books as the Tethering. As you can imagine, this caused a shift for the whole planet's way of life. Entire kingdoms and societies collapsed into ruin, while others began to build into something fresh, something new. Empathy was now a survival skill in many places. Magic casters have been praised in some areas for their assistance in illuminating the normally invisible weave of thread that links two people together. Some see mages as evil, thinking the tether to be sacred and to never be viewed. Those practicing cruelty and violence have been either excommunicated or imprisoned in some countries, while in others it is praised. New religions and beliefs have been based off the tethering magic. In some regions, it is said that the two main gods that are worshipped in the world were tethered as well and now walk among everybody else, being as vulnerable as any other commoner. This is unconfirmed. A new ritual has been found in the last 50 years, has been proven to sever the magic tethers, giving freedom to those who seek out the pilgrimage to the city of High Laraxus, where the mazes have learned the steps required to become untethered. The conclusion to this journey is being called the Severing. This is where your journey begins. You are starting in a small hamlet that is home to around 20 or so people. It is poised on a raised plateau of bright brown dirt and the clearing of a massive forest of huge redwood trees. Mostly being comprised of lumberjacks and laborers, the small village is normally traveled through, and those who visit do not stay long. This is the Raw Thicket logging village. It has an inn and plenty of places to rest, but your time here is not long, as you have chosen to walk the path of the severing. Whatever your reasons may be, maybe you wish to unburden yourself of the lingering anxiety of never knowing who you may be linked to. Maybe you're going on this journey to find who you're tied to instead. Your reasons are your own. Okay. Okay. So everybody's tied together with somebody else. And if one dies, so does the other one. Interesting. You could just die, like, whenever the fuck. If your guy just fucking dies on the other side of the planet, you're just dead. Interesting. But magic casters can illuminate the tether, but they can also now sever it. Interesting. Okay. The gods. There's only two? Aldana, goddess of the sun. Domains over nature, life, peace, war, grave, order, and light. And then Eros, god of the two moons. Interesting. There's a continent. We got a big one. I think he showed us a map already, didn't he? I think he did. Cool. Oh shit. So the Anri is the big one. Blackstone. I'm trying to think of like if I'm gonna play a wizard, why is a wizard getting I want to have an interesting motivation other than I just don't want to die whenever, you know? Ooh! I got one. What about I was thinking of playing a dwarf because the dwarf is best race in D&D. What about if I'm like what about if I'm an old dwarf? What about if I'm like 400 years old and I'm gonna die soon? So I'm getting severed so that the other person that's tethered to me doesn't die when I die. It's like because I wonder if it happens with old age. Like you just die if you're just attached to like a 90-year-old human guy and you're like 10 years old and that guy doesn't wake up the next morning. Is that 10-year-old is dead? It seems like it, right? I mean, surely that means like your life expectancy is like really short, right? But if you're still alive at 400 years, oh wait, you're right, Prox. Yeah. When does the tether get made? We might need to interview Ziggy. We might need to get Ziggy interviewed about this shit. We might need to pick his brain. Like, it's just a tether start when you're born? Or does it... I don't know. Did it say it on here? It connected and paired all sentient creatures together at random. It doesn't really say. It doesn't really say. Yeah, I think we might need to ask Ziggy about that. So yeah, I guess you're right. If I'm 400 years old, then whoever my counterpart is 400 years old too. If it starts when you're born. Okay. Okay, let's keep cooking. Blackstone. This is the industrial capital city founded on volcanic grasslands. The obsidian that is found there is required in the severing ritual. I need to open my window. The obsidian that is found there is required in the severing ritual and has caused the city to value craftsmanship above most other things. To contribute to the society, must provide something of tangible value. Artists and creators are often shunned here. Wow, tangible value. Artists and creators are shunned there. Damn. Governed by the largest of the guild leaders, large dwarf and drow population value trade and commerce for the things they forge. Strives for their warriors to be as strong as the obsidian in the mountain. And then you got Hyler Axis, the capital city, with a mage society that praises knowledge and studying of a physical labor, led by an academic council, who use laborers as unfit to govern themselves. Damn. Built on the rolling hills with the valleys holding the city's water, tall spire-like structures. High elves from this place were the first to uncover the magical tethering. Fucking false elves were the first to figure it out. And they spread that knowledge to the world, and because of that, see themselves as heroes rather than equal to others. Gnomes exist in a large number here for their prowess with magic and penchant for curiosities, and humans exist here in a notable populace as well. Then you got Bannerhold, militaristic society. Everyone was indoctrinated from childhood to learn how to fight. Even teachers could pick up a weapon and hold their own in a fight. The city isn't built for looks, but rather with the battle tactics in mind. Parts of it are sectioned off to slow down an invading fortress, should there ever be one. Cities begin to thrive in this new era by playing it incredibly safe, and to enter requires extreme proof of either residency or that someone inside is tethered to whoever is attempting to enter. They're governed by a hierarchy similar to that of real modern military. So this suggests that people know who they're tethered to. Not necessarily that they're like given that information straight away, but that people have figured it out. Right. Because I guess it would be pretty important to know who you're tethered to, right? Whenever I hear tethered, I think of the movie Us. Wait, hold on. That's kind of creepy, yeah. That movie was crazy. That was a Jordan Peele movie, right? Is it Jordan Peele? Is he Keel or is he Peele? I can't remember. And then Ozato, the Last Hope. A massive city isolated among the dunes that attempted to turn their main export into the solution to the tethering. The metals that came from under Ozato's sands were magically forged into living, sentient creatures. The hopes were to transfer the souls of biological humanoids into these metal bodies. But somewhere in the mass creation of this race, not only did the new beings gain sentience, but in some cases their own unique souls, in turn bringing them into the tethering. What the fuck? That's cool. Currently in the middle of unrest as the governing families are trying to figure out how to move forward. They've got Warforged present here. They've got Leonin, humans, orcs, lizard folk, earth and fire genasi. Cool. So they tried to make metal bodies to transfer souls into, I guess, to like avoid the tethering, thinking that I guess they thought that your tether would stay with your body instead, which is like an okay guess, I guess, you know? But then that didn't happen. And instead, the robots got sentience. Idobus, religious societies praise an old sacrificial way of life. Bloodshed and violence, regardless of the cost of themselves or others, is almost always seen as a beneficial in a way of something physical or spiritual. Not all who come from here are bad, but once they express opposition to the societal norms, they are exiled from its walls, if not sacrificed. They're governed by a religious hierarchy similar to that of a modern church. So it's like a It's like the Vatican, but if it was when they were going around killing everybody. Yeah, seems about right. Most of the populace here is 1T, both humanoid and serpent-like. They also the ruling class in the society. There's a folk in tieflings, because we found it. Well, yeah, Warforged are basically like fantasy Cybermen, yeah. Yeah, Crusaders, yeah. In Blunera, there is Elysium, an expansive treetop platform city that is connected by wooden rope bridges. This is a communal society and isn't governed by a singular power, but also governed by mutual understanding of all peoples. The surrounding area has both dangerous flora and fauna, causing people who live here to adapt in hard conditions. Thus, not much information has made its way to this place. This causes its people to have a skewed understanding of the tethering. They are welcoming of outsiders, but will watch them as they traverse their lands. This is the birthplace of the Wood Elves. The Wood Elves practice cannibalizing their dead after the tethering, as they believe this causes their memories and skills transfer to the living. Holy shit. Yeah, that's cool, man. Other races that live here but may not practice cannibalism are satyrs, shifters, and furbolg. Wood Elves are fucking cannibals. That's kind of fucking scary. Cause imagine you get a rogue band of Wood Elves that are just like hiding in the fucking trees, dude, and they're gonna eat your ass. Not like that, but you know what I mean. And then you got Stonheim. This is the icy place. Let me get the map up. Hold on. You posted a map. I don't think he posted the map. He put it on the screen though. A city made from a mix of stone and ice, built for giants with tall flat walls with beautiful ceilings. It is built in a very cold, harsh, unforgiving environment. This is on... I just had a really... Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. Why is this not working? There we go. Going back... Wait, the creature with the tethering, it connected and paired all sentient creatures together at random. Hold on, does that mean that somebody is tethered to a lich somewhere in the world? That's not good, man. There's some sentient creatures that would not be good. Yeah, hold on. What's the definition of sentience here? What is the definition of sentience here? Let me look at the normal definition. Define sentience. The sentience is the ability to experience feelings and sensations. Okay. What does that include? Aug. What's an animal? A raccoon sentient? Yep. Wait, you're right. You could... I don't know whether this was Ziggy's intention or not, but based on how he's written it, a lot of animals could be sentient. Wait, hold on. That could be kind of cool, though. Hear me out. What's that series called? The Golden Compass? That one? You think that's like a thing? When they all have like their own little familiars? That could be kind of cool. Oh, wait, that's kind of... That could be pretty interesting. But imagine your tethered creature is a bear. I mean, pretty sick. Also, not great if it's like a fly. We definitely need to interrogate Ziggy on this. This is on purpose. I was thinking, like, if you're tethered to like a lich, that lich is gonna find you. Oh, here he is. I would have like with higher forms of thought, so animals are less so. Okay, so no flies, no animals, you know. Okay, good clarification, Ziggy. We were just thinking that. But like, some technically, like, you could be tethered to a. Okay, Ziggy, while you're here, we've been thinking. Does the tethering start at birth? Like, do you have to be born on the same day as someone to be tethered to them? Is that like the implication? Either at birth or very near it. Okay. So yeah, if you're 400 years old, then the person you're tethered to is also 400 years old, because otherwise you'd be dead. That makes sense. Wait. Okay. Oh god, the possibilities are running through my head. If you were like, when the tethering happened, right? Was there like 800-year-old elves that were tethered with like a child? Or like, hold on, was there 800-year-old elves that were like tethered with a 99-year-old human man and died the next day? Because like when it first happened, right, then it probably wasn't birth, unless it was. Oh, he's just smiling. He's not telling us, chat. He's not telling us. Okay. Does that affect the age of the world populace? I think I was gonna say like the average life expectancy is probably not that great. I mean, probably in the recent years since the severance thing, it's probably got better. But where's your birthday, Ziggy? When was it? Was it today? Happy birthday? Was it yesterday? Happy belated birthday. This is on Bubba's, as John's always intended to live solitary lives in the cold north. It was yesterday? Nice, dude. That'd been a good day, man. What are you now, Ziggy? Like 36, 37? Happy laugh. However, since the tethering, travelers have made their way to Sundarag in the search of souls they may have been tethered to. The mountain from the ice giants said to be a part of the severing. Oh, okay. Both ice and storm giants make their home here, along with a sparse population of Goliaths. I'm 29. Listen, I'm getting there, buddy. I'm getting there. Only one more year, and then, you know, they say the 30s is the new 20s, man. Alborg, a strength-based society mostly comprised of Goliaths, led by the tested, strongest of them all, who then earns the title of Jarl. Living in long houses and packed heated buildings and huts will be tested from a young age and their place in the community, often called upon to aid in wars. Homeland of Goliaths participate in annual sacrifices to their gods. Humans may find their way among them, but mostly others was for trade. Okay, cool. Next, these are the Draxmere Isles. I've been a boomer since birth. Yeah, I've been tethered. I was tethered to a boomer since birth, and I kind of like mitosis just kind of gave me the vibes. The Serpent's Rest. These pirates and assassins alike call this place home, a den offshore of any real governance built inside the many schools of the Serpent. The ruling party here is the strongest and largest gang at any point in time. All races can come from this place. Okay, I'm sure that place is a bundle of joy since the tethering. Nettleguard's Haven, the peaceful local island populace that has been overshadowed by the thieves' settlement on the Serpent's Head. It is also a communal living site where everyone does their best to help one another, often falls victim to outsiders strong-arming their resources. Locals here, water and air genasi, tools and tiefling. Cool. Alright, that's what we got. So we, as a group, I guess, are all doing severing things. Imagine being an assassin, you actually end up assassinating yourself as well as you die. That's the thing. Like, now I have questions. Like, is it possible to learn who someone is tethered to? You know? Like, can you learn who the king is tethered to? And then go and assassinate that person, or like, I guess in a roundabout way, then, dude, there is definitely like fucking dungeons filled with people who are tethered to important people. Like the whole council in, I guarantee that the whole council in Hylorax has a fucking dungeon filled with their tethered people, and they just keep them fed and watered in like padded rooms so that they don't die. Is there a map? There is, but I don't have it. Ziggy showed it on stream last time. Ziggy, are you still here? If so, could you post the map in Discord and I'll have a look? What happened to the high society type sort of a secret way? Yeah, I think they mentioned, well, Ziggy mentioned in this bit. Posted it? Alright, so what? There we go. Nice. You made this in, was this an Incarnate? Incarnate? What's it called? Incarnate? Is that the one, Ziggy? This is nice. Yeah, so this is Skarnheim. We've got Anria, Ozatul, Blunera, and the Draxmere Isles. Oh, man. This place looks sick. It's high quality, too. Look at this. I'm so zoomed in that it's still crazy here. That Incarnate. I'm a fan of whatever the one I use is. I can't remember what it's called. World Anvil? No, Wonder Draft. World Anvil's completely different. Here's Wonder Draft, my stuff. I like this, though. Okay. I need to cook. I need to cook some stuff. Because I'm trying to think why. So the idea I've got in my head for a character is I want to be a wizard. But I want to be a dwarf. I've got a couple of ideas. But now that Ziggy's kind of told us the plan, I'm trying to think which one fits best. What does it say? Most have been comprised of this raw thicket logging village. As you have chosen to walk the path of the severing, whether your reason may be, you may unburden yourself of the lingering anxiety of never knowing who you may be linked to. I don't know what I want to do with that. Because I have this idea in my head for like an elderly dwarf wizard who's a teacher at like a wizard school, who's been, for whatever reason, called to action. And, you know, on day-to-day doesn't use high-level spells, right? So he's just starting off at level 2. But I'm trying to think why. I want to do a wizard who's like a herbology. Is it herbology? It's herbology, right? Or is it herbalism? The plant one. I want a wizard who teaches herbology. And I want to use that in my spell flavoring and everything with like the plants and shit. I just wanted to make like a nice old wizard man. But now I'm trying to think, why the fuck would why would this guy suddenly, after like 300-400 years, be like, I'm gonna go get severed? I don't know. That's tricky. Like, you're that old already. You're like, what's the point? You know? What's the point? So it's got to be for like a heroic reason, you know? What could the heroic reason be? Because it's going to be someone who's the same age as you. What about that? We said that already, but there's already like I was saying that, like, you worried about being too old, but then you're tethered to someone on the day you're born. So whoever it is already like 400 years old anyway. So I guess the only thing would be like if you're tethered to like a fucking elf or some shit, and the elf is gonna live like another 300 years, then yeah. I mean, I don't know. I could make them a little bit younger. They don't have to be so old. They don't have to be like at the end of their life, you know? Like a 200-year-old dwarf. I think it's still reasonable. And then why is he worried about dying? Maybe he's ill. Maybe he's got like some kind of magical disease or some shit. Some like curse, or I don't know. Get up from one of the kids at school. Those damn kids and their diseases, always getting sick. Now I'm gonna die. And so he doesn't want to take whoever his tethered person is with him. This is really interesting, Ziggy. This is gonna provide some... I've got so many questions that you're not gonna answer. Ziggy's Curvy playing, do you know? He's gonna die from a common cold, yeah. I think something like that could work, or... I mean... I don't know, I'm sure somebody might, and maybe we could do it. There could be the whole, like... had a family member die from the tethering thing. Like he had a member of his family who just passed away because, you know, some other person died, or it was some stupid reason. And so maybe he's on a mission to end the tethering. That could also be a thing. Like he could be trying to research how to put a stop to it, you know? Maybe, I mean, if he's a herbology teacher, that could also be like potions and shit. Or maybe, no. Say, maybe he's trying to tether himself to a plant that he knows lives for like 1,000 years. But plants aren't sentient. Maybe there's sentient plant. Oh, what about Ents? Ents live for like thousands of years, dude. He's gotta recruit the Ents to... Yeah, but then all the Ents die. Never mind, it's a two-way street. I forgot. Yeah, I don't know. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, I think I was having a look at... See if I can pull it up. I was having a look at the wizard subclasses. I haven't looked at in a hot minute. There's so many ads on this fucking website. I was having a look, and I think... the fuck is an origami, mate? Hello? What is this? Okay, this is some third-party shit. Never mind. Why is it on here? I was thinking of going... What the fuck is blood magic? Hold on, I didn't see this one. Wait, this is from Taldori. Okay. When your hit points are below a certain maximum, you can own bodies and arcade click. Blood magic shit. Got it. I was having a look at the Scribe's Wizard, and I think I kind of want to go for this one. is like you get a magic quill and shit, and you can copy spells into your book really quick, but it's just like a really wizardy wizard that doesn't really have a focus, which I kind of like. You can do some cool shit with it where you like have your book is sentient. Wait, what about if I'm tethered to my book? Wait, hold on. Hold on a second. I might be cooking. Wait, it says somewhere. Awaken spellbook. Using specially prepared inks and ancient incantations passed down by your wizardly order, you have awakened an arcane sentience within your spellbook. Hold on a second. It says sentient. While you are holding the book, it grants you the following benefits. Yeah, Okay, hold on. At the end of the rest, your spellbook's consciousness is summoned into the new book. What can we do with this? What can we do with this that could be interesting? Before someone is tethered to a wheel of cheese, they've given. You hold on. What about? I'm trying to think of how this could be. I'm trying to tie this into like dwarven stuff. Okay. What about if this is like a weird family spell book that has been passed down through generation and has a sentience of this dwarf's family that has come before him that were like spellcasters, but like before that it was just used to like pass on knowledge to the next generation. But then what about if when our dwarf was born, he somehow got tethered to the book? Yeah, but then what? I don't fucking know, man. How does a book die? That feels... I don't know. The fact that it's a sentence is kind of crazy. I'll cook on it. I'll think about it. There could be something interesting in there. Maybe. A cursed family member that was turned into a spell book. Honestly, that could be interesting. Wait, it doesn't even have to be a family member. Like, what about if this guy was like, went to school, you know, had this whole life, ended up teaching at this magic school, and eventually one day gets, maybe somebody near him dies to the tethering, and he's like, fuck it. I'm gonna get that spell that shows me my tether, and I'm gonna follow it so I can know who the fuck is gonna kill me or not, right? And then he follows it to like the fucking the fucking restricted section of the library in the school, and finds this book that was someone like transformed or was cursed into a book, and now he's like, well shit, my tethered person is a book made of paper that could burn at any moment. Why? Yeah, but then just fucking leave him on the shelf, man. You know? Lock him in a fucking concrete container. I don't know. That could be something funny. But it also is a little bit... It is magical, yeah. That's true. I don't know. I'm trying to think of some way... I think there's something we could cook up here. Like maybe the... spellbook has a timer on it. That's like, this will self-destruct in 25 days. I don't know. Okay. I wonder what else. I wonder what other people are gonna do. We got a cleric, an artificer, and a monk so far. So who knows? What did it say about the only 50 years ago that severed the magic tethers? I don't know. We'll cook something up. We'll cook something up. I'm excited. Let's be fun. We're doing session 0 tomorrow. Normal D&D time. So, we'll see what other people are doing, and maybe we can come up with something then. Nice. Okay. All right. Cool. RimWorld, though. Now that Ziggy's spoken in chat, we could get a Ziggy. All right, we got gas operation. Do we go microelectronics now? Gun turret. Kind of want to go gun turrets because we're kind of getting fucked. Ziggy, in this world, is there silvery barbs? Does silvery barbs exist in this one? Asking for a friend. Degenerate's not having a good time. Okay, we're partying again. We need more people. Don't look at me like that. An important question. I was thinking though, being like a biology teacher, I need to come up with a bunch of like magical plants to pull out my ass. Like the names of them, not literally like a fucking magician's hat. And because Order of Scribes has this thing where if you cast a spell, then you can change the damage type of that spell to another type that you have in your spellbook of the same level. So for example, if you cast if you have Burning Hands as level 1 and you also have Magic Missile, if you cast Magic Missile, because Burning Hands is in your spellbook, you could have it be like fire damage instead. So I could do like 3 bolts of fire instead of force damage, which is really cool. But I was thinking that we can try and make it like we can change that up to help flavor the spells. Like we could do like slashing damage for like Magic Missile instead, and have it be like a